It is the Riot Podcast. Welcome into the Wednesday, April 6th edition. We just had it was a wild Wednesday.
It was well, you guys can't tell unless you can. But behind the scenes, we had a lot of interesting non-working things.
Some technical issues.
So those are getting worked on. But it didn't really affect the show. It was just like, wow, everything's not working today.
Yeah, that's right. But we had a fun time with the stuff on the show. We made the most of it.
We did.
Right?
Well, for everything that was working.
Yes, that's right. What did you think worked in the show, Isaiah?
Well, there were some things that worked. One thing that pretty much never works is the T-Rexes, like their little arms.
Aww.
Now, there's a new theory on why they have such short arms. But are you guys part of because you're part of the crew that doesn't even think dinosaurs existed, right?
I didn't say that.
You said that before.
I'm not a dinosaur denier. I'm just dinosaur skeptical.
And you also talked about you're just more skeptical of like how we see the dinosaurs now. You know, like
because they're constantly changing. Like, oh, they had feathers. Oh, they had this one didn't have arms. This one did. Like, I just constantly. Oh, there was 3 types of T-Rex. Oh, there was only one. They just can't make up their minds.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because they're just making it all up on the spot. They just found a bunch of bones and they're like, we got to do something with these.
Well, a paleontologist has decided that maybe he has the reason why a T-Rex has short arms.
So what were you
talk
saying about it,
that.
Isaiah?
What about it?
I thought you had something to say.
No, I just think it's interesting. I think dinosaurs were real because when I was little, I really wanted one. Oddly enough, I never got one.
But if you did, that'd be amazing.
Wouldn't that be awesome? But yeah, so I've always believed in dinosaurs, though. I don't think it's a thing that you don't believe. I mean, where else? What else? The bones are so big. Like, there's no other explanation.
Yeah, but how do we know they put them together like that?
Wait, we don't have to. We're not asking how do you know. We're not starting that conversation again.
We can't question these paleontologists.
You can only question the arms right now.
Well,
That's
if they're the only experts, they have an incentive to lie because otherwise they're out of a job.
Yeah, funding, right?
Right.
True. The other things we talked about that were a little more realistic.
Yeah.
So apparently there's a new lawsuit. Burger King's in a little bit of trouble, which makes me upset. But I'm also the only Burger King. I like Burger King a lot in here, where you guys don't appreciate it nearly as much.
The one near us, I got tired. Like, I remember clocking it. It was 20-something minutes to go through the drive-thru.
Oh, my goodness.
And then when I got it, I was like, for this? For this? What am I doing? So I know during the pandemic and the worker shortage, I feel like Burger King got hit a little hard.
Yeah.
But man, they turned everything off. They just had everybody wait, and I was just kind of done.
Well, I've had bad experiences with Burger King across multiple, now I could say decades, in multiple states. It's just
decades.
Yes, like going back to when I lived in Maryland before I came to Radio U or whatever, we had Burger Kings in that area too.
They're awful.
They wound up closing and stuff just because they all seem to not do well. And then here, like at the Radio U studios, all the ones near my house have all closed too. So it's so rare I go to Burger King because the only ones that are open are pretty out of the way for me. Although the last time, I will say it was a while ago, the last time I went to Burger King actually wasn't too bad. But also, I think I paid, it was on the Whopper birthday or whatever.
Yeah.
So I got a Whopper for like 36 cents. When you get something for 36 cents, you're a little more inclined to view it favorably because it's such a good deal.
Everything's a good deal at Burger King. It's like the cheapest fast food restaurant. But growing up, we had a Burger King like in the town that I grew up in, and like a bunch of my friends worked at it. So that was like a regular. We had Burger King, McDonald's, and Wendy's. And none of my friends worked at McDonald's or Wendy's, but a bunch of my friends worked at Burger King. So we would go there all the time, and they give us free food. So, yeah, it was always the best.
It's so affordable, it was free.
Yeah, exactly. So
we're going to talk about in the podcast the advertising complaints that has now become a class action lawsuit against Burger King and some of their sandwiches.
That's right.
Yeah, another thing we talked about was how I'm preparing for a dentist appointment later today.
What time is it today?
It's at 2 o'clock.
Okay, we'll be thinking about it.
Yeah, so think of me at like 2 o'clock today. It's like you're ready for the dentist because they're going to do a little bit of an analysis of my gums to figure out if I've been flossing or not, which I have. And so I'm also considering, like, when I go to the dentist, should I mention, like, just so you guys know, I've been, like, prepping talking about this on the radio all the time because they know that I talk on the radio. My
because
dentist.
that would poison the well.
You think that they'll give me better service, wouldn't they?
I
don't know, but if you have been flossing so
frequently,
yeah, so like you've just been on such a flossing regimen that you really want to know,
the
right?
truth.
You want to know the unvarnished truth of What? Unvarnished with teeth. And you want to know the truth of if they were going to lie to you about the.
So, are you flossing with like the string, or are you flossing with the picks?
The picks.
Okay, they do say.
Don't start this, Nikki.
I'm just telling you. I just want to plant a seed of doubt.
Okay.
That they do say that that's not as good as actual flossing. They say
but
that
I'm
we're
doing it
supposed
every
to.
day.
They're the same thing.
It doesn't matter.
It's a little piece of string.
Listen, I hear it every time. They're like, "Hey, floss more," and you're like, "Yes, okay, I promise." And they're like, "We're going to give you these picks to keep you coming back without having it actually work as well as if you use the string." But for me, like I have a permanent retainer behind my teeth, so like I'm not flossing back there like that. I'll use the picks, but they do always say it's not the same.
This morning, because I floss every day in the shower. That's when I floss. And so when I took a shower this morning, I was questioning my form. Because, of course, like it's the day
You're
of.
doubting yourself.
I'm doubting myself.
Don't
and so
question.
I'm questioning my form now because, I was just like going down. Like, and I was thinking about it because I use the picks. And so, like, if I would use regular floss, which I haven't used regular floss even once.
Yeah.
The whole time. It's been the picks the entire time. And they, like, put it down, like, rub it back and forth. With the picks, I've just been kind of going just straight down, straight up. I haven't been doing any movement. Either way, I've been flossing.
I think, you know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like abuse. It sounds like they're stringing you, floss, along.
Have you been flossing recently, Hudson, with all this talk of flossing?
No, I don't floss. I don't floss, and my teeth, I mean, they're not the prettiest, but they're fine. They're still
fine, no
strong
problems.
teeth,
Yeah, they're still
gums.
strong. Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Well, Ashley texted in and said, like, sometimes it's just your genes. Like, you just might be more prone to gum problems or teeth problems, and then someone else who doesn't really do all the stuff that they say you're supposed to is fine. Everybody's different.
This sounds like something, I'm not saying Ashley's an abuser, but this is what abuse, like,
No,
it's
it's
emotional
not.
abuse.
I
It's
know.
stringing you along, making you think all your problems are your fault.
Literally.
When it's actually, they're just trying to find a way to make you, dependent on them.
Yeah.
Dentists are dependent on, you can't spell dependent without dent.
dentist?
Without dentist. I have beautiful teeth either way. I don't care about my gums. All
Well,
right.
guys,
You do have the best teeth. I mean, Nikki, your teeth are nice too, but you have
thank
good
you.
teeth.
Thank you. Thank
do.
you.
Maybe it's all the flossing.
We're 7 minutes in, guys. We got to go. At this point, it's going to be longer than the podcast. I guess we'll catch up with Isaiah tomorrow to see how the dentist went with the flossing.
I want to know an update.
It'll be great.
We'll catch
Have a
you
great
next
day.
time.
See you
Bye-bye.
guys.
Lower your expectations enough and you'll never be disappointed. You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
You ready to, as they say, spice up your decor?
Ooh. I thought you were
The,
going to say cut a rug.
I don't even know what that means.
I
Isn't
think
that
it's like dancing.
Oh, I thought that. I don't know. I thought
Maybe?
it was a drug thing or like sexual. I don't even know. But
I don't think so. I think it's just meaning like, hey, if not, yeah, it's dancing, Hudson.
I just remember from that Leonard Skinner song.
In an energetic or an accomplished way. That's all it means.
So I don't know. I guess I knew it from that one song. I thought it was from like the 70s, but now when you put it, if it's dancing,
In
that
a
sounds like it's
nice,
from the 20s or something.
innocent way.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, let's cut a rug, Nikki.
All right, we can now that that's just dancing.
At not at McDonald's. That'd be crazy. But McDonald's is offering a new crispy chicken sandwich tuft rug collection.
So you could buy like a rug for the floor?
You could buy a floor rug that features the crispy chicken sandwich, the spicy crispy chicken sandwich, and the spicy deluxe crispy chicken sandwich.
Wow.
If you want to show your love
For it.
for the McDonald's chicken sandwich.
So there's 3 limited edition tuft rugs, which I guess must be a certain type of rug. And they're $65, which I haven't seen the size. $65 feels not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But I've only bought like floor rugs. So
Right.
I've not bought this sort of decoration one.
I feel that they're smaller than you think. Don't you think so? It looks. I bet
Probably.
it's probably like a doormat size or something.
Or like a bath mat.
Right. It's not actually as big as where it would take up your whole living room or whatever. But
So it's
I don't know.
hand tufted. Dude, get this.
What does that mean?
Hand like
Well, what's the tuft though?
I think okay, I have been on rug TikTok.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, it's this guy, and there's been ads for like he's did something with PlayStation. So anytime I'm on TikTok, it's his ridiculous one that he makes of a PlayStation.
Oh,
But you
okay.
put like a sheet up and a projector, and then it's got this machine that goes in and out with the yarn for it. So I think
Okay.
that's like hand tufted. It's hand done.
So it doesn't have the machine.
So I think this has the machine.
Oh.
So it's made.
Wouldn't that be machine tufted?
No, it's hand. You're holding it by hand. So
yeah.
it's like you're making it on your own.
Well, I don't know. Is hand tufted better than the alternative of
Probably.
tufting?
But get this. It may take around 4 months for delivery.
Oh, come on. You were all ready to have a chicken sandwich party and everything.
You were all ready to go.
To welcome everybody in with your new decor, and instead you're going to have to wait up to 4 months. Well, I mean, it takes a while for it to be hand tufted.
Hey, Isaiah's over there. Isaiah, they have a McDonald's Ultra Plush blanket if you want one for your studio.
Oh, now that doesn't sound so bad, actually.
It's only $35 if I'm ordering the rug.
You might as well go ahead and get it.
Okay.
I mean, mine already is like my blanket, just so much wear and tear.
Aw,
Starting to
you need a
smell
new
little
one?
bit. I need to wash it probably.
This
You
looks
haven't
like
washed
the.
I've washed it a couple times.
This looks like it's a micro mink blanket, so it looks like the fleece sort of type ones.
Ooh,
Man.
my favorite.
I feel like if you get that, though, it's just going to make me even hungrier in the morning.
Well,
If you see me in my
Just to
McDonald's
see it?
blanket every day.
we could put the hand tufted chicken sandwich rug right at the door when you walk in.
Yes.
If we don't want to take it home. All right. Well, I
You
just
know
thought I'd
what,
let you
though?
know, Isaiah.
Of course, yes.
I'm looking at the pictures of the rug.
Yeah.
It's not McDonald's branded. Like, you don't see the golden arches on it, do you?
I don't think so.
It's just like a sandwich. So then what it's going to do is not make me hungry for McDonald's chicken sandwich.
A better chicken
I'm
sandwich?
going to be like, ooh, Popeyes, KFC, maybe. Something like that. Chick-fil-A, just anywhere but McDonald's. It's probably
It
the last
looks
place I would
like
choose.
the limited edition spicy deluxe tuft rug is sold out.
Oh,
There's
man, we
still
missed
the
it
crispy
already?
one or the other one.
Well, all right. I guess I can settle for one of those.
Okay, everybody wants the deluxe rug.
Yeah, right. I understand why. It's the tomatoes.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
We would say rate and review the podcast. But let's be honest, that would probably hurt more than help. The Worst of the Riot podcast.
Great sports weekend coming up.
We do.
We get MLB. The first games of the season start tomorrow, so we get all that, and we'll talk about that then. But by the time the show is going on tomorrow, the Masters will also be going on. That tees off tomorrow morning.
That's golf. Yes.
It's golf.
Yes.
It's golf.
Okay, great,
Yes.
great.
Isaiah
is that the green
our,
jacket thing?
Yes,
or? Okay,
that's the
green
one.
jacket.
What is it called? Something like not like any other. What? A tradition unlike any other.
That's
what
the
they say.
tagline?
That's what they say about the Masters. Isaiah is you actually play golf.
Yes.
Do you watch golf?
I watch golf on Sundays so I can go to sleep.
Oh, really?
For nap time, yeah. Same thing as baseball. If I want to go to sleep on a Sunday, I'll just put on baseball.
Yeah.
I feel like, though, you must just watch anything sports-wise on a Sunday, but this is just more relaxing.
Yes, very relaxing.
It
yeah.
is relaxing. The birds tweeting, the golfers swinging, the people lightly clapping.
Well, this one seems like there should be some energy to it.
I think there
yeah.
is definitely around. The big news is that Tiger Woods is expected to play. He says, as of right now, he says he's going to play. He's got a tee time and everything, so he should be back playing his first professional golf in over 500 days.
So is this from his accident then?
Yeah,
Yes.
that
Okay.
car accident where he almost lost his leg. And so the big concern is, like, not just can he play and can he make the cut? Is he going to be okay? Like, is he going to do well? But can he even walk the entire golf course?
Oh, sure.
Because he's, he went through a pretty traumatic injury there during the car accident. So, but
Do you have to walk, or can you, like, take
I
a
was
cart?
wondering about that too. I never heard that
See,
you had to walk the whole
They
thing.
said that he's going to have to walk the whole thing.
As everybody else does?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Is it illegal to use a golf cart, or is it just frowned upon?
I think it's just not allowed at all. I don't think
Really?
they've ever.
Not at the Masters.
Yes,
Yeah,
the Masters,
you wouldn't
so-
want to sully that course.
Because-
or the tradition, unlike any other.
Because if
Not
he
like our
won,
ones.
then everybody would be upset. They'd be like, "Well, he got to use a cart the whole time. If I was in the cart the whole time, then I would have done better." But if he wins, this will be the greatest feat in sports history
Oh,
ever.
for sure. Even him coming back, it's supposed to be a huge moment. And Tiger Woods is so weird because if you remember the first time he came back after he went through his other car accident and stuff like that.
He's had some stuff.
Yeah, and people were like, it was the greatest golf moment or one of the greatest sports moments of their lives when he came back from injury, and then when he came back and won the Masters and whatever. They say it's one of the greatest moments that they've seen in sports. Even though he's such a controversial guy, for some reason people still love to cheer for him. It's just because he was just so dominant. I guess it's just he's just so different such a dominant force at golf that it's just different when he wins.
Well, he's saying, as of right now, I feel like I'm going to play. So that's his quote.
We'll see how far he makes it.
We'll see what happens on Sunday.
Isaiah, how many other golfers can you name? Like a dozen or 100?
I could probably name like 4.
Oh,
5.
really?
Like 5 of them
4
probably.
more
So
than me.
out of those 5, which one do you think will win?
Are they current players you can
Masters.
name?
See, oh goodness, I'm not sure who will win. There's so many good ones, but if I had to put my money on anyone, I would put it on Tiger because his odds are going to be so incredibly low, and he's never not made the cut. He's always made the cut, so if he can make the cut, I think it's just too good of a story, you know?
Yeah.
Just like this, it's kind of like how Coach K, like in the Final Four and stuff,
Yeah.
they just made it so far, and so if he does this, I mean, every time, pretty much Tiger's always kind of been like against the odds is like his thing, and so he's continued to make crazy things happen. So, but if he does this weekend and wins, this will be the greatest sports history feat ever.
If he
Well, we'll
does
talk
win,
about
it'll
it
be amazing.
Monday. Unless you're watching on Sunday, then you can text in when it happens. But we'll have to talk Tiger Woods then.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he makes it, but I guess good luck to him. It is cool that it gives people like even I would not normally watch golf, and I don't even like Tiger Woods, but it would be cool to. It might
See if
have
he
me.
can do it.
Yeah, it might have me even tuning in for a few minutes to see how he's doing.
There are 2 types of people in this world, and Hudson has a problem with both. You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Well, what everybody knows about Tyrannosaurus Rex. What's the thing? What's the thing about him?
T-Rex?
When you think about T-Rex, the first thing
The
you think
short
about.
arms.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's always been like, why would it even have arms at that point?
Well, I still think they're valuable.
You think?
I don't know.
It sounds like they just kind of got in the way.
Yeah.
And that's basically a new theory that has come out from a professor at the University of California's Museum of Paleontology. His name is Kevin Padian, and he has a new theory about why Tyrannosaurus Rex had such short arms. He theorizes that it's because they, instead of hunting individually, as we picture them, as they're depicted in movies, in Jurassic World, you have one.
Yeah.
It's the velociraptors that are all together. You just have one big T-Rex.
It always made it seem like they didn't get along with the other dinosaurs, and they wanted to be the top one, and usually that's a solo thing.
And
Then.
that's why they were Rex, too, right? Because they're like the king.
Yeah.
But it turns out, at least, according to this guy, there's more theories that say they hunted in packs and they would work together. So if you're all feeding on something at the same time and your big arms are flopping down in the way, your arms could get liable to get chopped off by another Tyrannosaurus Rex with its teeth.
Oh, so it could hold its arms were just so close to it that it was
Yeah.
more of a safety thing?
Right. So I guess over time, with their arms get chopped off, they would just hold their arms up close so that they wouldn't get eaten by the other T-Rexes. And so really they didn't even need those arms. And so that's his theory.
What an interesting theory.
Yeah, right?
I guess maybe I just would not have worried about it.
What? If
Meaning
you're
like-
a Tyrannosaurus Rex, you're
No,
like, I
no,
don't
no.
need him anyways.
No, I mean, like, as the human, I would feel not like I need to go look in to see why their arms are so short.
He's the
He's got nothing
curator
else
of
to
the
do.
University of California's Museum of Paleontology. It's whole job to think about dinosaurs.
I guess. They say, what if your friend was there and getting a little too close? They might want to warn you away by severing your arm. So they said it was a benefit to reduce the arms since you're not using them in another way that you really didn't need them.
It makes sense that he had to come up with this explanation because if he worked at a museum, what do you think one of the top questions? Why did this dinosaur have such short arms?
Why?
The kids would say.
That would be
so
it.
finally, this is him. Does he have anything to base this off of? Or did he just finally get tired of answering just saying, I don't know, Billy. And finally, he just came up with this explanation.
Yeah, this could be just something that he thought of. They say some other paleontologists theorize that the short forelimbs could have been an evolved way to aid them in tipping over other large dinosaurs and like holding something in place or being able to pull the prey in closer. And so you just needed the short arms just to hold it close to you. That'd be it.
Another explanation.
What?
You know that I'm not saying the dinosaurs didn't exist. I'm just saying I'm skeptical sometimes.
Yes.
And
I know you are.
So what if when the first scientist drawing a Tyrannosaurus Rex, or when they were all in a group and they're like drawing, like, what do we make this dinosaur look like? And you know that thing where you when you're making a sign that says happy birthday, and you draw the H way too big and the A way too big, and then you have to squeeze in happy birthday. What if they drew the dinosaur's head way too big and the body, and then they're like, it wouldn't make sense. We don't have room for the arms, or it doesn't make sense.
Just make it shorter.
Or they just didn't have the right bones to make when they were putting it together. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of explanations.
That's a good one.
I think they're all equally viable. The one I just came up with and the one that this guy came up with.
I think they're interested in making you an honorary paleontologist to have you develop that theory a little bit more.
Yeah. What do you have to do to be a paleontologist?
Probably go to way more school than we did.
Or just make stuff up about dinosaurs. But yeah, they have really big teeth. That's what I think.
It just, evolved that way.
Right, of course.
Some talking, a little bit of yelling, and a whole lot of eating. The Riot, Radio U.
The Doctor Strange and Jurassic World runtimes being revealed wasn't the only major entertainment movie news yesterday.
We talked earlier, Doctor Strange should be about 2 hours and 6 minutes. And then Dominion for Jurassic is 2 hours and 20-something minutes.
Yeah, I think it was 26.
Heaven help us if this is this long.
Well, there's, yes, it should not be that long. There's
Maybe because I don't remember this.
New trailer for the movie Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. And that might not ring a bell. It was a character developed by Jenny Slate, who used to be, I think, on Saturday Night Live. And this was a YouTube thing, like probably 10 years ago. And now they're making it into a full-blown movie, a full-blown A24 movie that's coming to theaters on June 24th. And the trailer dropped. And Nikki hates it, right?
No,
I don't want to speak for you.
No, it's just... I thought it was from like the same company that does Lucas the Spider.
And I don't know what that is.
At one point, there's a little part where you see the spiders. And I'm like, hey, that's the Lucas one. I don't think I ever caught Marcel when it was a viral thing. So to me, just watching the little one-eyed shell walk around. It's a little
You don't
bit,
like it?
Well, it's not odd. It just seems I have not connected with it.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
See, Nikki was over
Lucas
there.
the Spider, sure.
Yeah.
But not this one.
Well, Nikki was over there watching the trailer. I watched it yesterday a couple times. Meanwhile, Nikki's over here. I shared it with her, and she's making fun of it. And I'm over here.
I'm
like, no, Nikki, I love this shell.
How could you
Why
like this?
are you being mean to my shell?
It's so weird. Okay. It's not weird. I just think that some things still belong more in a shortened time.
Yeah.
So if you're making a full feature-length movie on Marcel the Shell, that seems a bit stretched.
But didn't you see the story? He needs to find his family. You can't just find the family in 3 minutes.
That's every movie.
You can't find.
Every movie.
Look how many shells eventually show up. You can't fit that all into to a 5-minute YouTube short.
We're learning the lesson that we had our family around us to begin with.
No, that there's more people like you than you think.
No, it means
that you're not alone in life.
Yeah, so your family or your friends and others that are around you.
Well, just because it's a lesson you've already learned doesn't mean that you can't enjoy the journey along the way.
Yeah.
As Marcel learns the same lesson.
Let's not fight about Marcel the Shell.
I just I don't want to admit that I almost cried watching it.
No, I can't.
And then I'm going to be there opening day now.
Ready to go?
Because I don't know what you're going to say about it if I tell you those things.
You go bring your shell collection.
Yeah.
So Marcel the Shell, which was, again, some viral thing about 10 years ago that Hudson cares deeply about.
I do.
That full-length movie will be Marcel the Shell with Shoes on, June 24th.
I can't wait.
Good.
I cannot. I'm counting
you got something
down.
to look forward to.
Jurassic World, not that I'll see it, but not that interested compared to Marcel the Shell. This is now I have something to look forward to this summer.
I know, but
are there other big movies coming out?
Remember how we said
because I need to clear the schedule for this one.
Sometimes you don't just tell everybody everything. Maybe you just say, "Hey, there's a lot of good blockbusters that I'm looking forward to this spring and summer," and then let people just think
they just assume what they assume.
Yeah, and not the Marcel the Shell thing.
Here's what I want. I want to normalize Marcel the Shell with shoes on. I don't want anybody to be in the position that I was where they feel ashamed to admit that they like Marcel the Shell with shoes on. I want to put it out there. I'm going to be on the forefront saying, yeah, it's fine for an adult grown man to be ready to watch Marcel the Shell with shoes on and almost cry at the trailer.
Well, feel free to text 877 to Radio U. Did you grow up or remember Marcel the Shell? Or were you Lucas the Spider?
Or did you
Or none at all.
do you not even know Marcel the Shell, but then you watch the trailer and you're like, Hudson's right. I can't wait. This needs to be explored more. There's a lot of story here, and I want to watch it in theaters too.
Well, let me get some of those text messages and I'll let you know what it looks like.
Weigh in at 877 to Radio U.
It sounds like these two need to do a little less tick-tocking and a little more tick-listening. The Riot with Nikki and Hudson. Radio U.
So last night was a big night in the NBA. The season is mercifully about to come to an end. The playoffs will start next week.
Now, you said the playoffs go to like June, though?
Oh, yeah. Last long time.
There's some time.
But it's nice to have the NBA playoffs because then at least the games actually matter and all the players that are actually good actually play in all of them if they are able to. So that's fortunate. But what happened last night in the NBA is that the Los Angeles Lakers were officially eliminated from playoff contention, which is extra sad when you consider the NBA in the last season or two has expanded their playoffs.
Mm-hmm. So to not make it in is really bad.
It's even worse now that the Lakers are not even going to be able to make the expanded playoffs. And as a result, their coach, Frank Vogel, he was fired. Actually, I think it was he was fired before the game last night, right?
I don't know if he coached last night or not.
Yeah, I don't think he
I'm not sure if he did.
Well, then who coached?
Well, they have assistants. They're NBA players. They don't even really need coaches.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. But it's unfortunate, I think, that
I would have thought they would have waited till right after the game.
I know you think right after, like, you're done.
Anybody get fired before they're like, hey, can we just see you in the office real quick?
Yeah.
Really quick.
Don't go anywhere else. Just
know what?
go right to the office.
For him and for maybe everybody involved, though, this has been a long time coming. It was always kind of known that he was likely, if the season didn't work out well for the Lakers, he was the guy that was going to take the fall, even though
the scapegoat.
It's clearly, I mean, I don't know if it's clear, but if it was me, I wouldn't blame him. But, he'll be all right. He already got a championship out of the deal, so he'll be fine. But it is unfortunate that he has to take the fall for a team that, like, the pieces put together, he would have to be a miracle worker. Mm-hmm. Him and LeBron would have to be miracle workers to be able to make this team work.
I promise you, like, I don't follow the NBA, but every time we talk about the Lakers and I look at LeBron, he's not in a uniform and he's not playing the game. Like, that still floors me that players, at least with him, that you can just not play the game that night. And not even with being, if you're not injured, that's one thing, but like, he, I think, has played the injury card. I think he just gets days off.
He does. He literally gets days off. And that's how a lot of the stars, they just don't play all the time, which really stinks that they don't play all the games. But there's so many games. I think they just need to shrink down the games a little bit and everybody be a little more encouraged to play.
But I thought last night would have been an important game.
Yeah, you'd think so.
You would think. He's chasing the scoring title, and I don't know. It almost feels like LeBron didn't even want to be in the playoff. Like at a certain point when you're not going to win anyways,
they still get paid, and now you don't have to do any. Like, you have less to do.
Yeah, that is right. So I guess he just kind of accepted the fate of this season at some point, and so last night didn't matter. So I don't know if he's going to. I'm not clear on his status. Is he going to play the last couple games of the season? Because I think he would still like to get the scoring title. But
for sure, I think he'll definitely play.
You think?
I think the scoring title is like what he really wants to do this year for sure. Because at this point, he hasn't made the playoffs. He's only won it, I think, one other time. Mm-hmm. He has to play in 2 more games to get it, and right now he's in the lead for it. So I just don't see any way he doesn't try to get the scoring title.
And in a way, him getting the scoring title, it could be his way of saying, "Look,
I did wear street clothes."
Yeah, exactly.
It's not going to actually get dressed and ready.
But I think it's his way, if he got the scoring title, of saying, look, I tried what I could and the rest of this team sucks, even though he kind of put the rest of the team together. I mean, Russell Westbrook was his horrible, terrible idea.
So the Lakers coach is out as of last night. They're not in any playoff stuff, so they only have a game or so left?
Yeah, like 2 or 3 games left.
And now the question is, what will the Lakers do in the offseason? Who will still be back? Will LeBron? It could even be traded, some are saying. Maybe?
Send him to the Cavaliers. We'll take him. I'll take 30 points a night. Send him over.
Can you imagine, to be a coach? I feel like the Lakers would be a hard one to coach because of so many bigger ego players who maybe don't have as much of the talent as much or the dedication towards that. That must be a hard team to coach.
It's a lot of big personalities the way they have it constructed right now, and a lot of guys that don't fit well together. And so,
The Riot promise is that they'll always have an opinion on everything they talk about. But that doesn't mean any of their opinions will make sense. This is The Riot on Radio U.
It is food fight time. You ready to try the new icee cookies exclusively at Kroger?
Listen, guys, if you could drive by Radio U, I'd like to run these out to you so you could smell them.
I thought you were going to say if you drove by, you'd be able to smell them.
You could.
Through the walls and everything. That's how pungent they are.
They smell exactly like an icee. So there's a blue raspberry and a cherry icee flavor, and they are kind of like Oreo cream cookies. And they say that it's supposed to pop and fizz. Inside with the cream filling.
Nice. All right.
I'm looking at the blue one though, and much like an icee, it is a color that doesn't look like it should be edible. You know?
Oh, the blue. It's a neon.
Unnatural that this feels like something you should not put in your body.
But again, the smell
but
is
it smells so good.
It's so accurate. Like each of them, too, like the
spot
cherry versus the blue ras, like each of them are accurate separately.
The cherry, I think I prefer the cherry smell. It smells dead on like
it's
like
spot
an
on. Yeah.
Well,
so
which one do you want to try?
I don't know.
It's a cherry or a blue raspberry with kind of like a vanilla cookie around it.
I guess let's do the blue raspberry first.
Blue raspberry?
Because I
Okay.
feel like I like the other one better.
You think so?
I think I will. I think I like
feel
the
like
cherry.
I'll always like blue better for whatever reason.
Well, blue raspberry with a cookie.
Oh, man. That tastes like an icee.
It does. I don't know if I like it with the cookie part, but it is spot on.
I think I do.
You do? Do you feel a pop and a fizz?
Not really.
I'm not feeling any pop or fizz, no.
Maybe they're just
Well, I
saying
feel
that.
a little tingle.
Yeah, I think you're sick.
Slight little tingle. Do you
I
guys
think you're
feel
still
that?
sick.
Do you guys feel that tingle on your tongue?
Well, maybe
Actually,
just take
I
the
think I
icing.
Do you
do.
feel that tingle?
I think I do.
It kind of feels like your mouth being numbed. That's what I'm feeling right
Yeah,
now.
that's
You
weird.
feel that?
All right, I'm trying the peel apart version now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It does. If you try just the icing part, the cream filling, it's got little like pop rocks in it. Well, it's good.
Yeah.
I think that's I really did not think I would like these that much. This first one, the blue one, pretty good.
It doesn't feel like if you don't like a blue raspberry icee or like that real artificial blue raspberry taste,
Yeah.
it's not as strong. So I think it does work a little better than you think. But as far as the other one goes, cherry, that one smells so good. Are you ready for cherry?
Wow.
You ready?
I have high expectations for this one.
Oh, that's delicious. That is the best.
I need to
Cherry is
clear out my mouth.
absolutely the best one. Cherry is so good.
That flavor is just so crazy.
Because it's like an icey.
Yeah, it's like an icey, but you're eating a cookie.
You know what we need? An icey with it.
We do. I mean, we should have gotten ices. Darn it.
To dip it in.
Well, the popping is very subtle. Really, only if you kind of take it apart do you kind of get it. But those are really good.
It's weird. It just gives your mouth, like Isaiah's right. The best way to describe it is like tingly. It's just kind of, it sticks around in your mouth. You just have like a sting in your mouth a little bit. But that makes it sound bad. It's kind of cool. I think I like the blue raspberry better, actually.
I do too.
You do?
The cherry, I don't really like it at all.
It's a little medicine-y
I don't know
or
what that
something.
is.
Oh, just be quiet over there. No.
The blue raspberry is definitely better.
It's
I'll take
almost sour. I don't even know what's happening to my face.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't
good.
know
I'll
if I
take-
actually even like the cherry one. The cherry one smells better. The blue raspberry tastes 100% better.
That's good. Now, after this, we don't have to fight who
That's
takes
right.
home
Yeah,
the
there
blue
you go.
raspberry and the cherry ones. Well, those are better than I thought they would be.
Oh, yeah.
They work way better with a cookie. That's the icey blue raspberry and the cherry cookies that they have.
So they are a Kroger exclusive. You want to go out and try to find them for yourself. All right. Well, that's the food fight. Sounds
was
like
good.
it beat expectations.
Now, hopefully, everybody's mouth returns to normal.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Have to clear it out.
The
a little
tingle
bit.
goes away.
tingle goes away.
I don't know. I kind of like the tingle though.
We've done you a favor by selecting the best of the worst and compiling it all in one place. Riot Podcast Radio U.
Nikki, you ready to talk Yellowstone?
Yeah, the park.
No, the show.
Oh, the TV show?
No, I'm just kidding. Although season 4 is now streaming on Peacock, I see.
Man, that made me mad because I went to got a Paramount Plus at the beginning of the year, like their trial thing for a
Right.
month, because I thought, oh, it'll be on there.
Right.
And it wasn't. So it's a big controversial thing. But
Don't get me started on Paramount Plus, because you know what they're doing to me?
What are they doing?
They're not putting the new episodes of Bar Rescue on there
Oh,
yet.
really?
I'm waiting on those. I'm waiting on Restaurant Impossible on Discovery Plus. Even though new episodes are coming out, it's like, what am I paying for?
Why am I not getting these new shows?
The new episodes, I know they're airing on TV, and I know I'm paying for these streaming services. Come on, guys, put them on there. So.
I feel like you're talking about Yellowstone, the park.
I am. That is correct. But I do want to let you know that if you want to stream Yellowstone, you can do it on Peacock.
I'm still not doing that.
That's how bad.
I'll keep
I guess you don't really
waiting.
want to watch Yellowstone then.
I know, right?
So Yellowstone, the park, they have, they're trying to, secure some donations so that they can help the park continue to thrive and the funding
Do
to be
they
able to
do
keep
a
the park
spring
going.
fundraiser too?
I think they do it all the time, fundraiser
All the
in a
time?
way. Yeah, some places are just constantly trying to raise money, especially when, animal conservation is involved. So Yellowstone National Park has a new initiative that they are rolling out called the Inheritance Pass.
Yeah.
It's all you need to do is donate $1,500 to Yellowstone.
How much?
$1,500?
Is that a day of Yellowstone?
Yeah, right.
Do you get a spring fundraiser shirt for Yellowstone?
Yeah, right. So, well, you want to know what you get
What
for
do
the
you get?
$1,500 donation? You get a annual pass to Yellowstone National Park. You can come in as much as you want.
Well, that sounds good.
150 years from now.
Well, so it's just in name.
What do you? No, I mean you can use it in
But
the year 2172.
You're going to have to pass that down.
That's
to
it, right?
your-
Inheritance.
Yeah, all right. Well,
At least you'd have something to put in your will now.
But what about if
for
you wanna
future
pass-
future generations?
what if you want to pass for now? Or what if it destroys your family because
Well,
one lucky
they're all
person,
fighting over
they're all
it.
fighting over it. They
That's a
want the
great
Yellowstone
point.
Pass.
Everybody, they don't want your fortune. They want the one Yellowstone Pass.
Yeah.
The only thing they can have. Well, turns out it actually also includes an annual pass for 2022 as well.
Okay,
If
you still get
did
that.
want to go. But the reason they're doing the Inheritance Pass is that I guess they're celebrating 150 years of Yellowstone. It's been around for, 150 years.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they're making this pass not only good for this year, but also for 150 years in the future, because they want to make sure that it's going to be around that long.
Well, Yellowstone's amazing if you've never been there.
It is?
It's worth going.
I've
I
never
loved
been.
it.
I think I would have a good time. But
My parents were so nice that there was rumors when we went there, because we just had a car, so we were driving around,
Yeah.
that there was a bear that you could see.
Oh, yeah?
And so we would go to a different little camping or little park points, and you just hear rumors of oh no, the bear's over there.
that's what everybody was talking about?
And so I just remember I felt like my parents really wanted me to go see the bear. And so we would go and just keep trying to listen to and find out, but we never did see him.
You never did? So you got to
No.
go back.
Well, we saw a lot of other things.
Would you like
but
to donate $1,500
to have the honor of that?
Yeah, and then also pass it down so that 3 generations from now,
Well,
you could also have your family go?
I would, but we did mention our RadioU Spring fundraiser.
Oh, yeah?
I'm good because I donated to that.
Well, coming soon to the RadioU fundraiser.
A park pass?
The Inheritance Pass. If you donate to RadioU, you'll also be able to listen to it 150 years from now.
Well, that's a good reason to give too. But
matter how much
Yellowstone
you
is,
donate.
is a lot of fun.
Would Hudson and Nikki's celebrity couple nickname be Hucky or Nidson? It's a good thing they aren't together. The Riot, Radio U.
The Olympics. Are you ready?
Is it time for another?
Actually, no. Well, they were earlier this year, right?
Well, it was earlier this year, but then remember the summer ones had been pushed back.
That's right.
So those were last summer. So we had back-to-back summer winter things.
We've had Olympics overload in the last 10 months or so, but now we get a little break until 2024, I guess. But I'm talking about the 2028 Olympics.
What are we doing there?
Well, we're trying.
Can we cancel them?
What? Why?
I just don't like the Olympics.
But they're in the United States.
Okay.
So you could go.
I could.
You don't even
yeah.
have to leave the country.
I could.
You could go cheer on your countrymen and women. Mm-hmm.
Country people?
Country people. And you could experience the camaraderie and just the national pride.
Where's it going to be?
Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
So you want to go?
No, because you actually want to go before or after. You don't really want to be there during that time.
But then you would miss out on all the events.
Yeah, but you can
You
just
could
see
just
them.
go to Los Angeles anytime.
Yeah, that's true.
But what if I told you that flag football was going to be at the Olympics.
Oh my gosh, that actually does sound fun.
It does?
It kind of does.
The NFL is pushing the Olympic Committee. They're lobbying to get flag football added as an event for the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles.
Is football an Olympics event?
No.
So we're just looking at flag football?
Yeah, although it's a little weird. So football, there's just no way it could be at the Olympics. It wouldn't fit. Like you couldn't have, the Olympics are only like 2.5 weeks long.
Oh, you're right.
You could not do, football is just so physical and whatever. There would not be a way to put in the American football that we know would not be able to go into the Olympics. Now, flag football, it's a different story, right? You could probably, there's no reason why not. I just don't know. The other thing with NFL football is that, think of how many international players are in the NFL?
Not
Almost
too many,
zero.
yeah.
There'd just be no competition to be the United States against nobody. So flag football, I wonder, do people play flag football in other countries? Is that actually a thing?
Is that the one where you wear the belt with the 2 flags on each side?
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe it is more of an international sport than we realize.
Maybe, or maybe people also don't really care about it here in the U.S. either,
That could be it.
So make it even, a bunch of countries that don't actually care about it that much, and then some country like Thailand or something, it'd be their chance to be like, if we just really focus, nobody else cares about this, we could get a gold medal.
They dominated.
So it's a possibility. I don't know if it's actually going to happen or not, but I don't know if I like flag football being at the Olympics, actually.
I don't know enough to where, I only remember playing it in gym.
Uh-huh.
So I would have to see what not professional, but what would a more like put together version of it look like.
Right.
I'd have to watch it.
Sanctioned and whatever.
Like an actual
I think
team
they do
event.
it for kids. I just didn't know if there's like serious adult leagues. I'm sure there's, intramural and stuff like that probably, but is there serious adults?
I bet there are.
There's got to be, right? It's on ESPN 8 The Ocho probably.
Well, that's why they're considering making it a part of the 2028 Olympics?
2028 Olympics. It just feels to me, though, like adding cornhole or t-ball to the Olympics, too.
Don't give them any ideas. Because those also sound like options, too.
If it's a sport that I feel that I have some kind of chance, if I just actually set my mind to it, that I can make it at the Olympics, then it doesn't belong at the Olympics.
Well, honestly, if it's an outdoor event at a cookout, we might be willing to watch it.
If a barbecue is involved.
Yeah, we'll watch it.
If you're looking for diet motivation, you won't find it here. The Riot, Radio U.
Burger King, they're in some trouble.
Uh-oh, it's a lawsuit time.
We've got a lawsuit against Burger King, and you're thinking there's a million things you could sue Burger King for. Which one did they choose?
Get in line.
Yeah.
Their drive-through line, which is slow. So be in line forever.
Burger King is being sued, a class action lawsuit in the U.S. District Court in Southern Florida, where they are being sued for consumer fraud. They have allegedly misrepresented the size of their sandwiches
in their ads. They say that the oversized meat patties, ingredients, that it overflows in the ads, which makes it appear about 35% larger in size. So they say the ads make it feel like the hamburgers are more like double the meat and stuff. And they say that's deceptive when you roll into and up to a Burger King, and what you get is normally comparative to the size, nowhere near what was advertised.
Well, plus they just call it a Whopper.
Yeah.
Which makes it sound big as well. But I don't know. Is this just a thing where if they put in little tiny fine print at the bottom of their commercials and stuff, burgers may not be actual size or whatever, item pictures not actual size, they could just get away with this?
Well, it's normal in advertising to fluff everything.
Right. Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, and you're going to have to jump in, Isaiah, because you've been on a Burger King kick.
I am on a Burger King kick. I will support Burger King here. I will. Because I feel like everybody does this. I feel like if you look at any ad, you go to McDonald's and the burger that you get or the chicken sandwich that you get never looks like what it looks like in the commercial.
No,
the commercial
100%.
makes it look so good. And so I feel like they're just calling Burger King out just to call them out.
Now, okay, you said it wrong there, though. Because, advertising makes everything look better. But this is saying that this advertising is making it look bigger, not better. So they think that the advertising makes you believe you're
right,
getting
Nikki.
more for the
Yes.
money.
More Burger King is not better. You're right.
Hey, it is better. Items in the mirror may look bigger than they actually appear.
True.
Or may
That's right.
look closer than they appear if you're looking at your rear view right now.
It's always a word game when it comes to these lawsuits.
Yeah.
And that's how advertising is. But they're just making you think like you get more for the money that you're paying.
Yeah, I don't know. It just sucks to see a class action lawsuit come around against a fast food company that we can't even take part in. Usually it's like,
we don't
ooh, I
even
might
go.
get $1.20, but with Burger King, you never go, so we can't be included, I don't think.
Well, they're saying here's the items that are under complaint for being overstated in its advertisements. You've got the Whopper and the King sandwiches, the croissant which they say looks more fully loaded with egg and cheese, and it absolutely is, and a double sausage sandwich, or anything that includes bacon or cheese.
So that sounds like basically everything on the menu.
Anything that has cheese on it, there's a little bit too much cheese in the commercials.
Well, basically everything but the nuggets.
Yeah. But those nuggets, though, those are tiny in the commercials as well.
Yeah, there's no way to help those.
Well, I guess good. I mean, I don't even know how to wrap it up.
Well, class action lawsuits sometimes are just a big waste because if you are a part of it, well, good, you'll get your dollar in the mail, but you won't really get anything major. These class
or
action
even worse,
stuff,
you might get a coupon for Burger King instead.
well, give it to Isaiah then.
Yeah, give it to me. Give me all your coupons for Burger King. I'll go there today.
A lot of times, it's just the lawyers that are involved that get all the money for this. So they say the complaint requests a jury trial, and it's a discrepancy between the advertised sandwich at Burger King and the appearance of the menu items in real life.
Why are Hudson, Nikki, and Isaiah always eating on the show? The more we feed them, the less they talk. The Riot.
Radio U.
Isaiah, our very own, going to the dentist.
Yay.
It sounds like you're a little nervous about it.
Well, now I am a little nervous now. I'm not nervous because of the dentist appointment, but I just don't feel that good today. And I don't really want something to be in my mouth because I feel like it's going to be a lot. I'm kind of stuffed up in the nose, so I feel like I'm not going to be able to breathe out of my mouth,
no.
Well, you should maybe reschedule then. Put this off for another day.
No, I'm
there you
ready.
go.
I've been practicing my flossing for now months. I've flossed long enough. I'm done with the flossing thing. I want to go today so that I don't have to floss anymore.
Well, for Isaiah, so let's backtrack this. You're supposed to go to the dentist every 6 months. Not everybody does that. So have you gone in the 6 months and that's when they told you you might have a problem? Or is this 3 months from your last cleaning and you're checking in?
So I'm checking in because my last cleaning was 3 months ago. They told me that I had some sort of gum thing going on, that apparently I was bleeding all over the place when they flossed me, and they asked if I've been flossing regularly.
And you lied.
And I did. I said, I was like, well, kind of a little bit every now and then, I slide in there. But I mean, obviously I never did, as most people don't
No
floss
one
that
flosses.
often. Exactly. And so since then, they told me that if I don't get my gums in check, I'm going to have to get a gum scrape.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but she made it sound very scary.
It does sound painful.
I know. And so
I don't
then
want to have a scrape of anything.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to have to start flossing then. And so I flossed every single day since my last checkup or whatever it was.
Sometimes I just see him walking around flossing here at the station.
That is not true.
Constantly.
First the Q-tips, now this. No, I don't floss at the station, but I floss.
That's where you draw the line.
That's where I draw the line. I'm not bringing floss to the station, but I do floss. I floss every single day, and there's been no bleeding in months. I've been in pristine condition. So if I go to the dentist today and they tell me that my gums aren't in perfect health,
Then they're lying?
then they're either lying or there's no way that anyone can make their gums be good.
What if you
sometimes
floss?
though they say that your mouth is your body telling on you.
Yeah.
So what if though your gums are saying that something else is wrong and there's just no way to make it better unless you figure out the other problem?
See, now you're making me nervous when you say things like that because we've been talking about how I haven't been feeling. I feel like I'm always kind of under the weather for whatever reason, and so now in my own head now, I'm telling you, if I go today and they don't say your gums are perfect, I'm gonna be in shock.
What about
I'm gonna
this?
throw a fit. I'm gonna actually throw a temper tantrum in the dentist.
What
Go,
if?
call your mom.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. I'm going somewhere else.
If you considered what if you flossed too much?
Oh. I don't know what that would cause. What would be the issue there?
I don't know.
If I got in
Mental
there a little
distress, if anything.
So if you have to have your gums scraped, are they doing it today or is it just the threat of it?
3 months from now.
3
So if I'm
months.
not good today, then 3 months from now I'm getting them scraped at my next actual check-in, which would be the 6 month mark.
Well, I looked up, is scraping painful? They say no, not really. You'll experience discomfort.
See, that is painful. I know it's
that's
painful.
code for pain.
But they say the actual process can be completed with local anesthetic to the soft tissue to minimize any unpleasant feelings during the process.
Those never work. They never, the
No.
numbing, I never get numbed enough, and I don't like the little shot when they numb it anyway during the dentist appointment. If I need to be numbed, it's going to hurt. I know it well.
I don't like how when you get numbed for that, that
The Novocaine?
Yeah, where the way they test it is not the same way that they actually are going to start like yanking stuff and poking stuff and whatever. They just, poke a little bit, but that's not the same. Like, obviously, if I'm a little bit numb, I'm not going to feel your little thing poking. But if you're starting to, go in there with drills and whatever, well, yeah, I'm going to feel that.
You need more.
Yeah, so I just don't think it's an appropriate way to test.
Well, let's all just, be thinking good thoughts for Isaiah today.
That's right.
I'm nervous.
Dare I say, shall we be praying for you and your
I know.
gums? And we'll find out what's going to happen today.
And break out the floss for the rest, from now until you actually go.
If they say today that my gums are not in pristine health, I swear to you, I'm never flossing again. I will never touch my gums again.
Because it's all a lie.
Or make an appointment, which you never go, to see an actual, your doctor.
My doctor.
And tell them what's going on.
There's something wrong.
It's not enough to go to one doctor. You might have to go get a second
And
opinion.
I'm not talking about a minute clinic. You need
I was
to go
about to say, I'll call CVS today. Get them ready over there.
You need to see a doctor.
You just heard the worst of the worst. We'd give you the best of the best, but we'd have to find that. As soon as we do, you'll be the first to know.